Oh, and it's windy. Did you guys know that when it blows, just to blow, that blows? Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today I've got what I call an Amazon brand. That's the only place where they sell this bike. This is called the XC750, and these guys are actually a bike manufacturer company. They've got 10 years experience in making bikes. They just recently launched this one on Amazon, and so far it's doing pretty good. There's about, I think like 36, 37 reviews so far, and it has like a 4.5 star rating. Now the price of it is $999. Pretty excited to see what this can do, so let's get the review started, starting off with the speed test. So the 750 comes with a 750 watt brushless motor in the rear wheel, and that is the largest motor out of any bike in class. And that's powered by a 48 volt, 13 amp hour lithium battery. The next closest is a 48 volt, 10 amp hour. So biggest motor, biggest battery. That battery can be removed. There's even an on-off switch on the battery. So when you charge it, flip it off. And it does take 4 to 6 hours to charge up as well. Now the fastest speed that I've seen on a bike in this price range is 22 miles per hour. The bike is rated up to 22 miles per hour. So we're right on target there. This is the speed test, going to show you how that power translates over to speed and see if we can hit that 22 miles per hour. Now in the settings, you can actually change or limit the speed output from down to 6 miles per hour up to, they say 25, but we'll see if I can hit that. And then you can also change the pedal assist levels from 0 to 3, 0 to 5, or 0 to 9. I do have 0 to 5 options selected. That's just what I prefer. So I'm going to show you how fast the bike can go starting off on pedal assist level 1. Okay guys, I got about 90% battery life. Speed app open, nice flat trail here on pedal assist level 1 first. And 1 is 8, 2 is 10, 2 is 11 or 10, 11. 3 is 13, 4 is 17, 16, 17, and 5 is 21. Now that we know how fast it can go, let's see how long it takes to reach that speed. Most bikes in this price range take 13 seconds to hit 20 miles per hour. Now the big disadvantage with this bike is how heavy it is, 68 pounds. That outweighs the next heaviest by 8 pounds and most of the other brands by about 20 pounds. But it can hold up to 300 pounds, which does tie with a couple other brands as well. So it does have a pretty high carrying capacity. So let's see how long it takes to hit 20 miles per hour, starting off with pedal assist level 5. Okay, let's see how long it takes to get up to 21 miles per hour. Pedal assist first. I'm going to start off on the first gear as well. Here we go. And there's, about a quarter of a revolution and it is off. And that has got a very, very sensitive and poppy acceleration. Already up to 20. And there's 21. That's got a great acceleration for the price range. Okay, this one is on throttle, and I do have 3 battery bars missing, so about 75% power here. Here we go. Pretty sensitive, not as poppy as pedal assist. Pedal assist kind of threw me back. This is more gradual, but still it gets up pretty good, and I've got good acceleration all the way through. It's hitting 20, 21 now, and it's definitely topped out, or topped off rather. So yeah, this has got some pretty good acceleration for the price range, price tag. Really happy with how zippy and poppy it is. The 700 has a range rating of 35 to 60 miles. What I've seen in this category so far, as far as range, is around 15 miles with 600 to 700 feet of elevation gain. Now this being an off-road bike, I am out here again in the desert. All of the range is going to be filmed off-road, and I'm going to be on pedal assist level 5, but honestly probably using the throttle most of the time. Now while on the range test, I've got my microphone plugged in, so I'm going to tell you all the things I liked and didn't like about the bike. And you'll also notice during the range test that I'm saying 500. I really meant 750. I actually wrote down the wrong number, so just know that every time I say 500, I meant 750. The 500 comes in one color, and it does have 2 half coverage fenders. which again I didn't add, but you have that option. And it also has a rear rack. And as far as like the design, pretty standard black frame with their logo and a few little decals on it. The 500 has a rider size rating of 5'5" to 6'4", and I find it pretty easy to manage and control. It's very light for being a fat tire bike, and so it just handles and turns very easy. I don't like how far the handlebars are out. It gives the bike a weird feeling and kind of loses some stability because I have to lean out so far to grab them. As far as like noise, rattling and shaking, there's not a lot of that going around. Even the kickstand doesn't move around that much, which is surprising. That's usually the thing that makes the most noise. And the motor's pretty quiet. When I am climbing, I can hear it pretty good, but just cruising and hitting some smaller hills, there's not a lot of noise coming from it. Well, let me dive into the cockpit, starting off with the handlebars. They have a 4-inch rise to them, and the length is pretty good for the size of the bike. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I haven't felt cramped as far as handling goes. I've got plenty of room. The grips are hard and cheap filling, but they are glued, so they do stay put. The brake levers are also cheap filling, but they do cut off the motor when either lever is pressed. Next, there's a 7-speed Shimano thumb shifter, and it's pretty standard for a bike in this price range. The saddle is pretty standard and average for comfort. There's a front fork suspension, which I have bottomed out a couple times, kind of going into these steep declines when I'm crossing through a ditch and then quickly going uphill. That's the only time I've actually felt that bottom out. When I'm just popping up the tire, getting a little bit of air off of these little potholes and jumps along the trail, it's done very well. It's actually pretty good suspension for a bike less than $1,000. And last but not least, there's 26 by 4-inch fat tires. It's not the beefiest or gnarliest tire, kind of average for a bike in this price range. Well, I'm back at my truck. The range test is over, and it's got actually pretty good range. Almost 14.5 miles with over 1,200 feet elevation gain, which is more than double that of the other brands. So by far the best performing bike as far as range and elevation goes. The power consistency is pretty good up until the last 3 bars. Well, basically 2.5 bars. Once you hit that mark, power dies off pretty quick. So just something to be aware of. But up until that point, it was very consistent. So now you know what it can do for off-road riding with a lot of elevation gain. Pretty awesome bike for the price. Now there's no hill rating for the bike, but it does have 65 Newton meters of torque from the motor. Let's see how well it can climb. It is hill climbing time. Got my device out. This is kind of a 2-part series hill test. This first one is about 20 feet, and then it flattens out, and then another steeper section. I'm just gonna measure here this bottom one, and that is pretty steep, 27.8%. Oh. Okay, hike it on up here. This is the flat section through here, about a 30-40 foot stretch. And then this one's gonna be, oh, this is probably gonna be too steep for this bike. I'm gonna find out if I get big enough run at it. I might be all right. We'll measure the very bottom here. That's 22.5. This looks to be about the steepest part here. That's 25.6, so about the same steepness as the other hill, just a little bit longer. Oh, my legs are burning. And that's it. Let me turn around here and give you a view from the top. So the bike is down there on the ground waiting for me. So again, it's a stepped hill. Let's see how it does. And as you can see, it's pretty sandy. So we'll see if this bike can do it. Amazon special bike, climbing up a 26% sandy hill. That'll be interesting to see what happens. Okay, pedal assist level 5, and I've got 2 battery bars missing, 2 out of 10. A little bit of a running starts, and here's where we start to climb. First hill, no big deal, short and steep. This is the real test. Gonna get some speed here. And it's making it, but okay, I gotta stand up. Whoa, slipping out. Almost went off the edge there. Okay, that's short and steep. I don't think I could have made that up if it was any longer. I hit about the max ability of this bike. So pretty good for short and steep and sandy. Better than I thought it was gonna do. Now, as far as brakes go, there's a 180 millimeter disc in the front and 160 in the rear. Gonna head down the same hill and show you how well they work. Well, coming down the same hill, give you a little demo on the brakes. So just lightly pressing the levers here. Lots of grinding and some squeaking. Hit a little bit harder. It's got good stopping power, not a lot of pulsating. Stopping on that 26% grade right now. Yeah. But kind of a light to a medium squeeze of either lever, and you do hear that grinding and squeaking, which not the best. That probably can be cleaned up with some water. But yeah, they are some of the louder brakes that I've seen, but again, they're smooth and they've got some pretty awesome braking power for a bike less than $1,000. I want to talk a little bit about the pedal assist sensitivity and throttle. Right now I'm in pedal assist 1 and it's only going 8 miles an hour, so the throttle does match the pedal assist level. And then it does take about a ½ an inch before the power turns on. And if you hold that throttle at a certain level, that engages the cruise control. When going 60 miles an hour, if I let go of the throttle, it does cut off immediately. If I re-engage, it's pretty quick. And that power does come on really fast and powerful. It's actually got a really good throttle. Well, on pedal assist 1, just casually pedaling. In fact, I actually can't hit the same cadence as I usually do when just casually pedaling. There is quite a lot of resistance. On pedal assist 2, there's really no difference. And I am on the 7th gear as well. About the same resistance as pedal assist 1. Level 3, casually pedaling, that's kind of perfect right there. A little bit of resistance, the bike's doing most of the work. Then on pedal assist 4, bike's doing 100% of the work. And then pedal assist 5, again, the bike's doing all the work. I do have to increase my cadence, but not by a lot to start to feel some resistance. It's a type of bike where if you wanted to, without a lot of effort, still help it out. And then on pedal assist 5, going roughly 20 miles an hour, if I stop pedaling, again, that power turns off right away. And then 17 miles an hour on the highest gear, 16, 17, I'll start pedaling 1. Oh, it turns on in less than a revolution. Yeah, that system is very sensitive for a bike less than $1,000. I'm impressed. Let me run you through the screen and control pad. On the left, there's the pad. Hit the M button for about a second. The screen turns on. And then if you keep on pressing the M button, it'll just scroll through the different settings, different readouts rather. Up and down to change the pedal assist level. Again, I have this set from 0 to 5. But you can change that from 0 to 3, 0 to 5, 0 to 9. And then to access the settings, pretty easy, just hold down the up and down arrows and then use the M button to kind of scroll through the different settings. Just pretty much standard with a lot of other bikes that I've seen. And in the instruction manual, it does tell you what each one of those settings are. Hold down the top arrow to turn the lights on. And it's got a front headlight and then just a rear reflector. Got my back sitting there. And then hold down the bottom arrow to engage the walk assist mode. There's no waterproof rating for the bike, not that I could find anyways. Although on the website, on the Amazon listing, it does say it is waterproof, so bike can withstand some light rain, light splashing, and it does come with a 1-year warranty. Well, overall, I was pretty impressed with the 750, especially for the range and the elevation gain. That won me over. And that kind of seems to be the trend with these cheaper bikes is the shocks aren't the best, the saddle's not the best, it doesn't look the coolest or the neatest, but man, they just design them to just go the distance and they got pretty good like climbing power as well with the elevation gain. So If you want to pick it up, I've got the link in the description. Also, be sure to check out my website, electricrevolutionreviews.com, for all of my reviews sorted by price and capability. I'll have that link in there as well. Hit that like button before you go, and please subscribe for the latest in electric bike, board, and scooter reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.